Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of the 10th of January, 2019. The current character challenge is Godfall Superman, and that's a 1-week challenge. The required characters for that are Lex Luthor, Batman, and Doomsday. So a bronze, a gold, and a silver. Not bad, all things considered. This is pretty close to the way that they initially used to do things.
Right. And a long time ago, in a land far, far away, Godfall Superman actually had pretty top-tier stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not necessarily just by the numbers, but so if you were going to have a defensive multiplayer team, and people have been asking us about this recently, he would be one of the 3 guys to put on the team if you wanted to draw the most battles. And you wouldn't win all of them or even most of them, but in a season you'd draw maybe like 1,000 or more, and you could win maybe 10%, and that's still 100 wins, and that's a pretty impressive total when you're looking at when they're top tier. That's like 1 million points, I think, right? If you're talking 10,000 each.
Yeah, and we're nowhere near that many defensive wins now these days.
And one of them was Apocalypse, the original one, not the good one, but the original one. And I believe the other one might have been Shazam. I know that those two, the Apocalypse and Godfall Superman,
do you mean
were
Darkseid?
Crucial. Oh,
it's
yes,
it's actually not Apocalypse Darkseid.
It's the not good Darkseid. You know
Yeah.
what my problem is? I'm getting DC and Marvel stuff. I get so messed up, and to me, because they even there's similar kind of characters, like really big, powerful,
Yeah.
and they look kind of grim and thick, right? All right, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the original Darkseid that gives the bronze boost, right? Anyways,
Yeah.
those days long gone. And here's the funny thing. So his passive, Power of Candor, sounds pretty good because it reflects all basic damage. But the problem is that you have to take damage to reflect any's.
Yeah.
And the best part of his passive actually is the hidden part of passive. So, like Master's Death card, it doesn't say it's going to give you power, but it does. And so does his passive.
Because it just counts as an attack.
Right, every bit of reflected damage is an attack, so even when you're blocking and they attack you, which normally you wouldn't gain any power, and in multiplayer, even if they're attacking you, whether you're blocking or not, you gain very little, right? That you're actually generating power way faster than even Regime Wonder Woman, whose passive is really just that, gaining power when she blocks. So his is like hers plus, and still not that great anymore.
This week's multiplayer award is the Black Diamond, which becomes the Heart of Darkness. This is an excellent gear. We use it every week in our Injustice team on the new 52 Wonder Woman. And it's a great complement to the Tantu Totem and Master's Death card. It gives boost to Special 2, extra power gen in case you're tagging in against a power dampening team. Just very solid all-around complementary gear to the best gear combination currently in the game, I think is more than fair to say.
I think so. And I know sometimes when we talk about the abilities, we focus on one or two and maybe ignore the other one. I mean, the damage over time thing is not bad, but that's not what makes it. Like, if it just had those 2 abilities, I would be totally using that gear for just the same purpose. I wouldn't even care if that other part was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the store, we've got an Arkham Origins Joker cash pack for $25. Do we need to keep on saying not worth it? One copy.
I don't think we do, but we can.
Yeah. It doesn't unlock in your store for power credit promotion, so unless they can figure out a way to, like a lower price point to make it worth it, I think, to me, $10 would be sort of worth it. Like, sometimes it gets as low as that.
Yeah,
and that,
like, to support them. It still would feel barely worth it for the actual, like, amount that you're saving. But,
yeah. The problem is really because they package it with 100,000 power credits, it means that they can't really price it lower than that. Right, because then they're throwing out their other strategy for selling power credits.
Yeah, all of their payment options are really inflated, and they have to be approximately equivalent. Otherwise, people are only going to buy the one that provides them the most value.
Right. All right, and we've got Blackest Night Martian Manhunter Challenge Pack with a whopping 6.16% chance of getting him instead of 2.86%. And all right, what's hilarious this month is that because Blackest Night Martian Manhunter is early alphabetically, you can actually directly compare and know these are the actual numbers, and it's not a guess that, if all the challenge characters are about the same. No, this literally, it shows you 2.86%. That extra copy every 30 packs, you're paying an extra 1.5 million credits over those 30 packs instead of just buying the regular challenge pack. It's really just to swap out one of the other challenge characters for them. So it's a really bad value.
Yeah. We also have the Nth Metal packs, which we've already talked about in our Nth Metal Ultimate Pack opening, which will be, I think, linked in the description, as long as we're doing our jobs. Or as long as we're doing our hobbies correctly, I should say.
Our jobbies.
Or it's really just one hobby. As long as we are doing our hobby, which is to say YouTube, correctly. If I want to be the most clear, I think that's about as good as that sentence is going to get. We also have the Bad Survivor pack in the store that has Bounty Hunter Lobo, Mortal Kombat X, Scorpion, and Scorpion. It's partly because 670,000 is just too much, and also it's partly because these are just okay characters.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Scorpions, especially these ones. I like Bounty Hunter Lobo in principle. I mean, you know, Lobo is our avatar.
Yeah.
And this is the better of the two Lobos. But I just can't bring myself to spend 670,000 credits on this pack.
Yeah.
So not recommended.
Especially
but,
if
you know,
Lobo
it's
is the
not
main
awful.
draw. And I mean, we wouldn't need to spend 670,000 on this pack anyways. We're talking about in the kind of abstract if we were to need the characters still.
Right, exactly.
As we talk with every pack.
Right. And finally, Survivor still broken on Android, still only giving out Suicide Squad companion gears, but it's telling us that it's giving out LexCorp gear set until 16th of January 2019.
It would be real great if they could fix that. I would super appreciate it.
Yeah.
Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the I in the top right corner of this video. We're Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android, and if you don't want to wait to listen to this part of the video, you can always just check out the playlist right at the beginning or even before you watch this video to look at the most updated version of what we think the current working glitches are. Also for iOS users, try to help each other out in the comments. You're each other's best resources, and unfortunately we are not a great resource for you.
Right. So maybe we'll start off with the significant not working glitches, right? Things that aren't there. Because I think part of the reason why people have been have focused on this part of the video and wanting this part of the video where we talk about glitches at the beginning is because is it possible that when they see something there, they can trust that it's there, but when it's not there, they wonder, oh, is it still possible? You know what I mean? The lack of something is not. This is the stuff
that is not there that you might be looking for.
Right. So there's no current glitch for credits. There is the getting the multiplayer rewards repeatedly. That's not working. Getting multiplayer season rewards repeatedly is also not working. And did I just say the same thing twice? I didn't, right? So you can't get them over and over again. You can't get it early, and there is no glitch to get through the Phantom Zone quickly, even when it's there.
And now we can actually talk about the working glitches. The breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly is still working. We've got a comment in the description from a viewer who has a solution for people who are having trouble playing extra breakthroughs. We can't confirm it, but you can go ahead and test that for yourself if you want to.
Challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed on the current Godfall Superman challenge. And at least one viewer has confirmed that it resets Phantom Zone progress. So, you know, if you're going to be doing a challenge reset, make sure that any Phantom Zone crystal progress is progress that you're willing to potentially lose. And I'm still not convinced, even though some people have said it, that you can reset it and keep your rewards and play it repeatedly. I suspect, and I haven't been able to confirm it, right? But I suspect that people are just reverting it back to a time before they'd completed as much, and that some of those rewards are disappearing along with the progress.
But we can't know for sure because we can't actually test
we gotta
it
wait until the
ourselves.
next season it resets, right? Because we finished it completely, right?
Yeah. So if you're going to be doing the challenge reset, just be willing to lose whatever progress you have in the Phantom Zone.
Right.
The airplay mode / refund glitch is still working, good for both packs with random drops and for last laugh tickets. It doesn't work with the Phantom Zone for us because it requires an online connection. People have said that it has, but we've been through this discussion before. It looks like it's iOS users saying it, but it doesn't work for us. The people who say it works say that you have to log out before the final boss fight and switch accounts immediately if you don't like your rewards, and that's a way to reroll. But you know.
Yeah, we can't get an original roll when we're logged out anyway, so
yeah,
it doesn't help us.
And if you want to accumulate nth metal fast, the only exploit to do that is to refund the pack, as Jonathan Hung suggested, and as we have mentioned in our Phantom Zone pack video.
So it's the arbitrage between the fact that metal cards sell for 240, and it's possible to get them in a pack that's only 200, and if you use the refund glitch for it, that means you can get 40 every time, but it is pretty darn tedious.
Yeah, and sorry, I called it the Phantom Zone pack. It's the nth metal pack, but I just tie them together so strongly in my mind
Yeah. So it's basically just exploiting, so you get an nth metal character, or sorry, you get a metal character in an nth metal pack every time. And of course, for it to be really useful and the least tedious, you have to have 3 metal cards. But you can do it with just one, but just, if you don't actually have the original card, you don't have the extra cell, so you just end up spending your 200 nth metal.
Yeah. Time shifting?
Still. Oh, sorry, can I get back to that?
Oh, yeah.
One thing I just want to say, so related note that it is that no matter how many medals you get from the packs, you're still not getting Valorium, which is necessary to actually upgrade them. So what you're doing is you're getting metal characters that are not as good as some of the top tier level 60 Elite 10 max augmented guys.
Yeah.
And you're going to be stuck with them at sub-maximal specials.
That's true. So there we go.
Right, so just because you can do this glitch doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. Now, time shifting. It still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. If only I could have time shifted back a few seconds and let you finish your thought first.
That's true.
As always, a reminder to return your countdown clock back to normal before you finish messing with the time stream. The free energy without having to watch the video still works. We've been getting the button ungrayed out intermittently, and we don't need to watch the video when it isn't grayed out. And we've cut and pasted comment from Dragons952 with a potential solution for iOS users in the description if your free energy button is grayed out. As we've mentioned time and time before, we can't really comment on the effectiveness of anything for iOS, but people seem to have used it in the past, and Dragons952 definitely has to good effect.
Right. So we've done not working glitches, we've done working glitches, and that leaves us with the glitches that are in limbo, and that's just the one, which is the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. Conditions have not been right, so we can't test it, and we can't say that it does or does not work until the conditions are back. But like you've said before, I think whether they can actually, they've tried to fix it or not, they've changed it so that the conditions pretty much never show up. Yeah,
and I feel a certain fondness for the glitch at this point. It feels like almost a staple of these videos. Maybe not quite important as either of our contributions, but surely significant all the same. It's comfortable and it's familiar. Something we can always rely on. Other glitches will come and go. This one will remain in limbo, seemingly forever.
That's a nice way to end this.
Yeah. To finish up, we have a Patreon. You can show us your support on there if you want to do more than just watch and be an active member, but we extremely appreciate either of those things. You can reach it at patreon.com/bdckr, clicking our icon at the bottom right corner at the end of this video, or find your own path to it. Life is a journey, and it's not about the destination. And I'm sure there's other ways to get at it if you want to be resourceful. But a huge
you're very thoughtful today.
Am I?
I like that. Yes.
That's good, I guess. A huge thank you to the people who have already supported us. You want to take it away?
Yeah, Console Peasant, Eddie G, and Edwin Felix, who are supporting us at the top tier last word. iProfit, who's supporting us at the Your Message Here tier, and he's got a message for us coming up in the next P and Q and C and A and T.
Yeah, I'm excited for the messages as always, and this is a good reminder to anybody like Console Peasant, Eddie G, or Edwin Felix. You guys can also submit us messages if you feel so inclined.
Right, and Sean Farrell and Daniel Simonson, who are supporting us on the credited level, and Chris Wolf and Laszlo Georgiades, who are at the gratitude level.
So thank you guys all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.